There is a simple truth that many people overlook because they are constantly busy chasing, forcing, and worrying. The truth is this: real manifestation begins with relaxation. What you desire is not brought into your life through stress, struggle, or endless effort. It unfolds when you calmly accept in your imagination that your wish has already been fulfilled. Your role is not to force reality into changing. Your only responsibility is to settle into the feeling that your desire is already complete. When you reach that quiet place of certainty, life naturally arranges the path before you. You do not have to build the bridge yourself. You only have to remain faithful to the end result, trusting that everything is already moving in your favor. Ask yourself honestly, what is it that you truly want? Is it love, financial freedom, better health, respect? Whatever fills your heart, begin by accepting that it already belongs to you. Don't hold on to your desire as though it is far away or difficult to reach. Instead, gently relax into it. Let the feeling surround you naturally, the way warmth wraps around you when you sink into calm water. Allow yourself to experience the reality of your desire from within instead of searching for proof outside. Deep inside you is a silent place where every creation begins. It is in that peaceful inner world that imagination plants the seeds of future experience. But if your mind is filled with anxiety, fear, or constant effort, the ground becomes disturbed, making it difficult for those seeds to grow. A peaceful mind is fertile. A relaxed heart allows your assumption to take root and develop into visible reality. The words, "Be still and know that I am God," carry a deeper meaning than most realize. They remind you that your creative power is found in stillness. When you become quiet within, you stop depending on appearances. You stop allowing circumstances or other people's opinions to determine how you feel. Instead, you rest in the conviction that your desire is already fulfilled, and from that inner certainty, everything begins to change. Relaxation should never be mistaken for giving up. It is not laziness or a lack of action. It is a calm state of awareness filled with quiet confidence. Closing your eyes is not escaping life. It is choosing to create it consciously. Turning inward is how you shape your future with intention. Right now, imagine your desire has already become reality. Notice how you would feel if it were true today. Don't force the emotion, simply invite it. Let that feeling gently spread through your entire body until it becomes your natural state. Rest in it. Wear that feeling like your favorite outfit, and once you've experienced it, release it without anxiety. Trust that the impression has already been planted in your subconscious mind. Life reflects your inner world. It responds less to your words and far more to your dominant feelings. If you spend your days stressed, impatient, and desperate for results, you silently affirm that what you want is still missing. Reality faithfully mirrors that belief. But when you move through life with peace, confidence, and ease, you communicate something completely different. It is already mine. The world then begins to reflect that assumption back to you. Learn to place greater trust in the unseen than in what your senses currently show you. The outer world is only displaying thoughts and feelings you previously entertained. If you want new experiences, begin by changing the state you live in internally. Miracles are born from relaxed certainty, not from struggle. You don't need to persuade life to give you anything. You simply need to accept it within yourself. That acceptance is not created through arguments or positive thinking alone. It comes through genuine feeling. Think about moments in your own life when something wonderful arrived with little effort. Chances are you weren't obsessing over it. You were relaxed, open, and free from resistance. That is the principle. Stop chasing. Live from the fulfilled state. Stop begging. Accept. Stop running after what you desire. Become willing to receive it. I remember someone who desperately wanted success in business. He worked endlessly, attended every event, studied every strategy, and exhausted himself trying to make things happen. Yet, success continued to slip away. Frustrated, he finally asked for guidance. I told him the problem wasn't a lack of effort, it was too much effort. He was fighting against the very current that could carry him forward. Instead, I encouraged him to relax and experience the feeling of already being successful. At first, he worried that relaxing meant losing his drive. But I explained that what he called motivation was actually tension, and tension creates resistance. Real momentum flows from inner peace. Every evening before sleep, he imagined his business flourishing. He didn't force vivid scenes or complicated visualizations. He simply enjoyed the feeling of ease, gratitude, and accomplishment until he drifted off to sleep. Not long afterward, unexpected opportunities appeared. The right people entered his life. New clients arrived naturally. Progress came without the exhausting struggle that had consumed him before. The difference was not in his actions, but in the state from which those actions arose. Your subconscious does not respond to pressure, it responds to impressions, and the deepest impressions are received when your mind is calm. That is why the moments before sleep are so valuable. In that relaxed, drowsy condition, resistance fades, allowing your assumptions to sink directly into the subconscious. Before you fall asleep, experience your desire as something already accomplished. Feel it as a present reality instead of a distant possibility. Remember, you are the creative power through your assumptions, but those assumptions must be alive with feeling. Mechanical repetition without emotion accomplishes very little. If you speak words of faith while secretly holding on to doubt, it is the doubt that leaves the strongest impression. But even a few genuine moments spent resting in the feeling that your wish has already been fulfilled are enough to begin changing your reality. Never underestimate the strength of ease. Relaxation makes you attractive to the very experiences you seek. Tension creates distance, while peace creates magnetism. When you choose calm confidence instead of constant struggle, you naturally become aligned with the life you have already imagined.
Think about a blooming rose.
It never struggles to attract a bee. It simply opens fully, expressing its beauty without effort, and the bee naturally finds its way to it. Your desires work the same way. Instead of chasing what you want, become the person who already has it. Live in the feeling of fulfillment, and everything required for its expression will begin to move toward you. You may wonder, how can I stay calm when my life feels so chaotic? The answer is simple. The outer world is only a reflection of your inner world. It has no independent power. It faithfully mirrors the state you consistently occupy. If you want different experiences, stop allowing appearances to dictate your emotions. Turn within, not to escape reality, but to rise above it. In that quiet place inside yourself, accept a new version of reality. In time, the outside will reshape itself to match what you have first accepted within. This is not imagination for the sake of fantasy. It is the law by which consciousness operates. Every moment, whether you realize it or not, you are assuming something about yourself and your life. Every assumption leaves an impression on your subconscious. The real question is never whether you are manifesting. You are always manifesting. The only question is, what are you creating? The answer is found in your dominant feelings. What you repeatedly feel eventually becomes the life you experience. If you long for a different future, begin now, not by forcing results, but by resting in the experience of already having them. Step into an inner scene where your desire has already become reality. Make it vivid. Feel it as though you are living it now. Then let go. Trust that what has been accepted within is already finding its way into your physical world. As you move through your day, carry a quiet confidence instead of constant expectation. And if doubt appears, don't wrestle with it. Simply return to the feeling of your fulfilled desire. Return to your inner peace. Return to the end result you have already accepted. Many people spend years trying every manifestation method they can find, yet they remain disappointed. The problem is rarely the technique. More often, it is the tension behind it. They imagine success, then spend the rest of the day worrying that it won't happen. They plant the seed, then dig it up with fear before it has time to grow. True creation requires trust. Feel fulfilled first, then release the need to control the outcome. Believe more in what you know within than in what your eyes currently show you. If there is only one lesson worth remembering, let it be this. Relax into the feeling that your wish has already been fulfilled. Make this a joyful habit each morning and every night. Enter that state with ease rather than effort. Experience your desire as present, then quietly live from that inner certainty. You'll eventually notice something remarkable. Life begins arranging itself without struggle. Unexpected opportunities appear. Helpful people enter your path. Perfect timing replaces frustration. Looking back, you'll realize it wasn't relentless effort that transformed your life. It was your willingness to release control and allow the process to unfold naturally. That is the simplicity of this principle. It is not hidden behind complicated rituals or endless techniques. It is discovered in stillness. You are the creator of your experience, not through force, but through the assumptions you consistently accept. Those assumptions become most powerful when they arise from a peaceful, relaxed mind. Tonight, before you drift off to sleep, don't replay today's problems. Instead, close your eyes and step into the scene where your desire has already come true. Hear the conversations you would hear. Feel the happiness, gratitude, relief, or love that would naturally exist if it were already real. Let those emotions gently carry you into sleep, knowing you have planted the seed. The harvest will arrive in its own perfect season. Relax, because everything you seek already exists within you. The power has never been outside. It has always been waiting for your trust, your calmness, and your quiet certainty. Be still and remember that your imagination is the creative force. Practice this every day, not because you must, but because it is enjoyable. The more often you rest in the feeling of fulfillment, the more familiar it becomes. And what becomes familiar eventually feels natural. Your subconscious does not reward effort, it responds to what feels true. Whatever feels normal to you is what it accepts and ultimately expresses in your life. That is why a peaceful imagination is far more effective than a determined will. Notice your breathing when you are completely relaxed. It happens effortlessly. You don't fight for each breath, it simply flows. Let your desires be received with that same ease. Breathe in certainty, breathe out fear. Breathe in fulfillment, breathe out every anxious thought. Your breath can gently guide you back into the state where creation begins. Everything you desire already exists, beyond the limits of your physical senses. It is not distant, it is not separate from you. It already lives within your consciousness, waiting for your acceptance. That acceptance comes through surrender. Not surrender to defeat, but surrender to the truth that your desire already exists in imagination. There is a beautiful balance in manifestation. You may deeply desire something, yet remain gentle with that desire. You can choose it without chasing it. You can appreciate it without desperately needing it. You can live from its reality without obsessing over when it will appear. That balance is only possible through relaxed imagination. The person who quietly assumes success is often the one who experiences the greatest results. The moment you genuinely feel your wish fulfilled, the creative work is complete. From that point on, your responsibility is simply to remain faithful to the feeling. Leave the how alone. The path will unfold in ways your logical mind could never design. Stay loyal to the state, and the easiest way to remain there is to live with trust and inner peace. Remember this. What you seek is not somewhere outside waiting to be delivered. It already exists as a pattern within your own consciousness. The instant you accept it as true, life begins organizing itself around that assumption. Your world is shaped by your state of being. A relaxed mind allows that new pattern to form naturally. Even scripture reminds us that after creation came rest. That rest was not inactivity. It was confidence that the work was already finished. Follow the same example. Complete the work within, then rest in the certainty that it is done. That quiet confidence is the creative state. And from that moment, life begins reflecting exactly what you have believed. Many people mistake constant effort for genuine progress because they have been taught that success only comes through struggle. Yet manifestation works differently. Force creates resistance while flow creates alignment. When you push desperately, you affirm that your desire is missing. When you relax, you embody the truth that it already belongs to you. Each time you accept a new assumption and peacefully remain in it, unseen movement begins. Circumstances shift, people change, new opportunities appear. Just as a planted seed grows best when left undisturbed, your assumptions flourish when you stop checking, doubting, and interfering. Your imagination is the creative power itself. When you impress it upon your subconscious with calm confidence, you are participating in the same creative process spoken of throughout history. This is the timeless mystery. You create through assumption, and assumption becomes most powerful when it feels completely natural. Nothing feels more natural than a peaceful, relaxed state of being. If I could leave you with only one truth, it would be this: you don't have to push so hard. In many cases, the effort you're pouring into your desire is exactly what's keeping it at a distance. That struggle comes from believing your goal exists somewhere outside of you, when in reality, it already exists within your consciousness. You are not separated from what you seek. The connection is established through feeling, and genuine feeling flows most naturally from a relaxed state. Whenever doubt, worry, or tension appears, don't waste energy trying to defeat those emotions. Fighting them only gives them more attention. Instead, stop for a moment. Take a slow breath. Return to your inner center and ask yourself, how would I feel if my desire were already fulfilled? Then gently step into that feeling. Rest there without effort. That peaceful state is your true home. It is your source of power. It is the magnetic force through which your experiences are drawn into form. When your mind is relaxed, it is no longer scattered by fear or distraction. It becomes fully present, and presence is where your creative power lives. In the present moment, there is no lack, no anxiety about tomorrow, and no reason to fear. There is only the now, and the present moment is the doorway through which every manifestation enters your life. To relax completely is to live as though your desire has already become reality. You are no longer waiting for the end, you are living from it. From that inner position, the outer world begins adjusting to match your state. This isn't something I share as an interesting concept. It is something that has revealed itself repeatedly. I've seen people spend years exhausting themselves only to experience the breakthrough they longed for after they finally released the struggle. Health returned, financial opportunities appeared, broken relationships healed. Not because they worked harder, but because they became still within. They accepted the desired reality inwardly and allowed life to unfold naturally. Always remember this: you do not attract what you merely wish for, you attract what you consistently embody. Your life reflects your state of being. If your inner atmosphere is filled with trust, peace, gratitude, and joyful expectation, experiences that match those qualities are naturally drawn to you. This is the law of assumption in action. It is the law of consciousness expressing itself. Manifestation is not primarily about doing. It begins with being. Your actions will eventually arise on their own from the state you occupy. But first you must become the person internally. First enter the feeling. First assume. First relax. Then let your actions flow naturally from confidence instead of fear. A relaxed state is never empty or inactive. It is rich with creative potential. Even now, as these ideas settle within you, perhaps you notice your body softening. Maybe your breathing has slowed. Maybe your shoulders have relaxed without you realizing it. That gentle release is the beginning of alignment. Welcome it. With every breath, release the belief that you must struggle to earn what already belongs to you in imagination. Let this truth sink deeply into your heart. There is nothing you must obtain. There is only something you must allow. Allowing can never happen through resistance. You cannot receive while holding yourself closed. You must open. You must surrender, not in weakness, but in quiet confidence that what you desire is already yours. Imagine how different life would feel if you truly trusted this. How peacefully would you move through each day if you knew your desires were already making their way toward you? Can you sense the relief that thought creates? That feeling of relief is the state you are meant to occupy. You don't need to remain in that state every second of the day. Even a few sincere moments of relaxed acceptance can redirect the course of your life. And if your mind drifts back into doubt, don't criticize yourself. Simply return. Return to the feeling. Return to the inner scene. Return to the knowing. The creative state is always available because it already lives within you. While others may believe endless hustle is the only path to success, you are discovering something deeper. You understand that your outer experience responds to your inner condition. Whatever you consistently dwell upon with feeling becomes your reality. And the highest state from which to create is one of relaxed certainty. Go into the world then, not trying to force outcomes, but expressing the reality you have already accepted within. Walk with calm confidence. Live from the end. Receive because you have already rested in the feeling of having. As this inner balance becomes familiar, you'll notice subtle but powerful changes. You'll become more aware of your own imagination. You'll recognize when something feels completely real inside you, even before any physical evidence appears. That inner conviction becomes your compass. You stop asking, when will it happen? Because deep within, you already know it has begun. Your desires themselves will begin to change. They may still point toward the same goals, but they will no longer arise from emptiness or desperation. Instead, they will come from wholeness. You won't be trying to fill a void or escape your circumstances. You'll be creating from abundance rather than lack. Ironically, the less needy your desire becomes, the more naturally it arrives. There is a profound stillness that belongs to genuine belief. It doesn't rush, analyze endlessly, or panic. It simply knows. Make that stillness your dwelling place. It is not an empty silence. It is alive with creative potential. It is the birthplace of every new reality. To enter that sacred place, release the noise of appearances. Turn your attention away from constant external evidence and toward the sanctuary within, where imagination quietly shapes experience. Understand this clearly. You never have to earn your manifestation. We have been taught to believe that everything valuable must be fought for, but consciousness does not operate according to effort. It responds to belief and feeling. The moment you genuinely accept yourself as the person who already possesses the desired experience, the creative law begins moving. It waits for a change in identity, not for endless performance. That is why a peaceful mind is so powerful. It has nothing to prove. It does not bargain or plead. It quietly declares, I am, and life faithfully reflects that declaration. Real transformation always begins with a new concept of yourself. That new identity grows most naturally through calm repetition in moments of stillness, rather than through struggle. Imagine a potter shaping soft clay. If the clay becomes dry, it cracks. If the potter rushes, the form is ruined. Gentle, patient shaping creates beauty. Your mind is the clay. Your assumptions are the hands shaping it. Relaxation is what keeps everything flexible enough to receive a new form. Worry hardens the mind. Tension weakens it. Ease allows it to be transformed.